Welcome back to the battle between Ghost Rider and Knull. In a fight between Ghost Rider and Knull, even in their base forms, both characters represent metaphysical concepts. Ghost Rider is not just a street-level hero riding a flaming motorcycle. He is the embodiment of the spirit of vengeance, an entity wielding the power of punishment directly linked to the supreme being of the universe. Meanwhile, Knull is no ordinary villain. He is the god of the abyss, an entity that existed before the Marvel Universe was born, the one who decapitated Celestials and spread terror across entire galaxies. Who will be the last one standing in this war between light and darkness? So, let's get started.
First up is the spirit of vengeance, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, also known through famous hosts like Johnny Blaze, Robbie Reyes, or Danny Ketch, is not a singular entity. Inherited, the true power makes him one of the most fearsome entities in the Marvel Universe. To understand Ghost Rider's power, we must go back to the origin of the spirit of vengeance. Initially, it was believed that this power came from Mephisto. However, later storylines revealed a shocking truth. The spirit of vengeance is actually a fragment of power separated from the One Above All, the entity that created the entire Marvel multiverse. It was created to punish sinful souls, those who have escaped the judgment of heaven and hell. Therefore, Ghost Rider is not a demon. He is the embodiment of divine wrath, an absolute justice that cannot be bribed or deceived. Ghost Rider's abilities are often underestimated due to his outward appearance of a blazing skeleton and a motorcycle. However, his power operates on a metaphysical and spiritual scale. Ghost Rider's most fearsome weapon and tool is not brute strength, but Hellfire. Hellfire is a supernatural flame that does not burn the physical body but scorches the soul directly. This flame can inflict excruciating pain on any being with a soul, no matter how impervious their physical form may be. Hellfire can be manipulated in various forms, creating fiery chains that can change shape and size at will, blasting streams of infernal fire that burn enemies from within, or generating purifying explosions. More importantly, this fire cannot be extinguished by water or ordinary liquids. Next is the ultimate weapon that makes every evil entity in the Marvel Universe tremble, the Penance Stare. The Penance Stare is a direct assault on the very nature of the victim's existence. When Ghost Rider uses the Penance Stare, he forces the victim to experience all the pain, suffering, and despair they have ever inflicted on others throughout their lifetime, but at an exponentially multiplied intensity. If someone has killed millions, the victim will experience the pain of those millions of deaths all at once. This attack can burn the soul of almost any entity, from ordinary humans to gods, demons, and even cosmic entities. The Penance Stare is the expression of absolute justice. You reap what you sow. When transformed, Ghost Rider's host, like Johnny Blaze, becomes immortal and possesses superhuman strength. His flaming skeleton has near absolute durability, capable of withstanding attacks from the most powerful beings in the universe, like Hulk, Thor, or even the Celestials. Ghost Rider can regenerate his body from any damage, even when torn to shreds. He needs no food, water, or sleep, and is immune to all diseases, toxins, and aging. His muscular strength allows him to lift hundreds of tons, toss trucks around like toys, and brawl with heavyweight warriors. His speed and reflexes are also enhanced to superhuman levels, allowing him to dodge bullets and move at lightning speed. Ghost Rider's accompanying vehicle, the Hell Cycle, is also a living entity. It is forged from Hellfire and possesses its own consciousness, capable of traversing any terrain, including water surfaces, vertical walls, and even traveling through different dimensions. The Hell Cycle can be summoned from thin air at any time and automatically repairs any damage. Ghost Rider's infernal chain is also sentient, able to automatically extend, retract, and attack enemies even when Ghost Rider is not directly controlling it. However, Ghost Rider's true power is best demonstrated through his cosmic-level feats. In World War Hulk, Ghost Rider faced off against the Green Scar Hulk and later against Galactus himself. When confronting Galactus, Ghost Rider used the Penance Stare. Although Galactus does not have a soul in the conventional sense, Ghost Rider's Hellfire still inflicted damage and forced this cosmic entity to retreat. Ghost Rider has incinerated Celestials, dueled Mephisto within his own hellish domain, and even survived being erased from reality. The spirit of vengeance is an abstract concept. As long as there is sin and injustice in the universe, Ghost Rider can never truly die. He is bound to his host until the final judgment day. Psychologically, Ghost Rider is driven by the instinct for vengeance and judgment. He is not governed by personal emotions like uncontrolled rage or fear. He is the embodiment of cold, ruthless, and absolute execution of justice. However, Ghost Rider's weakness lies in the host. If the host, like Johnny Blaze, possesses a strong enough will, they can regain control of the body and prevent the spirit of vengeance from acting. Now, let's move on to Knull. Knull is not a being born within the Marvel Universe. He is an entity that existed before the universe was created. Before there was light, before the Celestials, and before life itself, there was only the void, and Knull was the god of that void. When the light of creation erupted, giving birth to the universe and living beings, Knull was awakened and filled with hatred. He viewed life as a disturbance, a disease that needed to be cleansed to return the universe to its original, peaceful state of nothingness. From that hatred, Knull drew forth a piece of his own essence from the abyss and forged it into his first weapon, All Black the Necrosword. All Black the Necrosword is no ordinary sword. It is the embodiment of destruction, forged in the furnace of the primordial abyss. This blade has the ability to sever anything, including reality, space-time, and cosmic entities. It was All Black that Knull used to decapitate a Celestial, a shocking act that resulted in his banishment into deep space by the other Celestials. From that severed Celestial head, Knull created the gigantic symbiote dragons, and from there, he began forging the symbiote race, the Clintar we know today, such as Venom and Carnage. Knull is the father, the god, and the absolute ruler of this entire race through a psychic hive mind. Knull's abilities operate on a multiversal scale. He possesses infinite physical strength, allowing him to easily tear planets apart, defeat the mightiest gods such as Odin and Zeus, and hold his own even against Thor at the god of thunder's most powerful state. Knull's skin and muscles are composed of dark matter and void energy, making him virtually impervious to conventional physical and energy attacks. He can alter his body size, shifting from a humanoid form to colossal entities that can engulf an entire solar system. Knull can manipulate absolute darkness, creating zones of space where light cannot exist, suffocating and corroding everything that touches his shadow. Knull's most formidable weapon and tool, as mentioned, is All Black the Necrosword. This sword not only cuts through matter, but also severs souls, magic, and abstract concepts. It can absorb the life force of its victims, transforming them into symbiotes enslaved to Knull. Wielding All Black, Knull becomes virtually omnipotent in destruction. In addition, Knull possesses the ability to control and synchronize with the billions upon billions of symbiotes across the universe. During the King in Black event, Knull descended upon Earth, summoned millions of symbiotes, and turned the entire planet into a dark cocoon. He easily defeated the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and even struck down Thor. Knull's power during this event was further amplified by his absorption of the energies of the gods and entities he had conquered. However, Knull is not without weaknesses. The fatal weaknesses of him and the symbiote race lie in two factors: high-frequency sound and extreme heat, divine light. Since Knull's body and the symbiotes are composed of liquid matter and void energy, they are extremely sensitive to high-frequency sonic vibrations, causing them to lose control and disintegrate. More importantly, Hellfire, the light of cosmic entities, and especially the Enigma Force, are Knull's greatest banes. Psychologically, Knull is driven by nihilism and absolute hatred. He has no mercy, no empathy, and no purpose other than to annihilate all life and return the universe to the void. Knull's arrogance is boundless. He views every living being in the universe as mere insects to be crushed. However, it is this very arrogance and contempt for his enemies that sometimes makes him complacent, giving weaker foes the opportunity to find his weaknesses and strike back. He also possesses a psychic link with his ultimate host, Eddie Brock, Venom, and it was this link, combined with Eddie's will, that ultimately led to Knull's downfall. First of all, we have a confrontation between primordial darkness and purifying light. Knull possesses physical strength and a scale of destruction far exceeding Ghost Rider. In terms of raw muscular power, the ability to manipulate dark matter, and the scale of universal conquest, Knull is in an entirely different league. Knull has decapitated celestials, defeated entire pantheons of gods, and turned billions of beings into slaves. Meanwhile, Ghost Rider primarily operates on an Earth-level scale and occasionally in adjacent dimensions. If this battle were purely a contest of physical strength, Knull would effortlessly tear Ghost Rider's host, like Johnny Blaze, to shreds in an instant and use All Black the Necrosword to cleave his soul in half. However, this is a battle of metaphysical concepts, and in this aspect, the scales tip entirely in Ghost Rider's favor. The first and most crucial reason lies in the nature of Hellfire and Knull's weakness. As analyzed, Knull and his symbiote race are extremely vulnerable to extreme heat and divine light. Ghost Rider's Hellfire is not ordinary fire. It is the fire of divine judgment, carrying within it the purifying power of the One above all. When Hellfire makes contact with Knull, it will not only burn his dark matter, but also scorch the very essence of his void nature. Knull has been defeated by the Enigma Force and other divine flames before. Ghost Rider's Hellfire, being a fragment of the One above all's power, is fully capable of incinerating and nullifying Knull's void body. Knull cannot absorb or control Hellfire because this fire does not operate according to the laws of physics or conventional energy. It operates on spiritual and divine principles. The Penance Stare. This is the attack that makes this battle one-sided if it takes effect. The question is, does Knull have a soul? And would the Penance Stare work on him? In the Marvel Universe, Knull is a living, conscious being with emotions, even if it is pure hatred. He is not a mindless machine or an insentient, abstract concept. Therefore, he possesses some form of soul or conscious essence. More importantly, the Penance Stare requires that the victim has a history of sin and causing suffering. Knull, as the entity who has annihilated billions upon billions of worlds, slaughtered countless lives, and spread terror across the entire universe for billions of years, is the very embodiment of sin. If Ghost Rider uses the Penance Stare on Knull, this god of the void would be forced to experience the pain of the countless billions of lives he has massacred all at once. With such an immense volume of sin, the Penance Stare would generate a surge of penitent energy massive enough to completely incinerate Knull's consciousness and essence, even as a primordial god. Even if the Penance Stare cannot obliterate Knull instantly due to his divine resistance, it would inflict catastrophic spiritual and soul-based damage, severely weakening him and robbing him of his ability to fight. Considering defensive capabilities and immortality, Knull has near infinite regeneration, and All Black the Necrosword can sever anything. However, Ghost Rider is also an abstract concept. The spirit of vengeance cannot be killed by conventional physical or energy attacks. If Knull uses All Black to slash Ghost Rider, he could only separate the spirit from the host, but the spirit of vengeance itself would persist and continue fighting. Moreover, All Black the Necrosword, no matter how powerful, is merely a weapon forged from the void. Meanwhile, Ghost Rider carries the power of the One above all, the entity that created both the void and the light. Ontologically speaking, Ghost Rider's power originates from a higher source and inherently counters the very nature of All Black. The Hellfire can dim the Necrosword's power and prevent Knull from wielding it effectively. Knull is the king of darkness, but darkness only exists in the absence of light. Ghost Rider, as the embodiment of divine wrath and purifying flame, represents a form of absolute light and heat that cannot be extinguished. When Ghost Rider unleashes his full power, transforming into a colossal blazing entity as seen in cosmic events, he becomes a star of judgment. Knull, with a body composed of dark matter and void energy, would be incinerated and disintegrated upon contact with this form of energy. Knull was defeated by Venom when Eddie Brock harnessed the power of the Enigma Force, the primordial light of the universe. Ghost Rider, at his highest level, carries power equivalent to or even surpassing the Enigma Force because it comes directly from the One above all. Knull is a god of destruction, a primordial entity with staggering physical strength and an astonishing scale of conquest. He could easily crush most heroes and even many gods in the Marvel Universe. However, Ghost Rider is not an ordinary hero. He is an abstract concept, an instrument of divine judgment. In this confrontation, Knull's physical power and void nature become meaningless against the soul-scorching flame and the penitent gaze of Ghost Rider. Knull has no way to defend against an attack that directly targets his sinful essence and soul. Ghost Rider's Hellfire is the perfect counter to Knull's dark matter and void. Therefore, in my opinion, Ghost Rider would be the victor. He would incinerate Knull's dark matter, force the god of the void to experience the pain of billions upon billions of lives through the Penance Stare, and ultimately, purge the god of darkness, restoring peace to the universe. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you all very much.